Good afternoon, ma'am. Fellow Chief Ministers, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Ma'am, I think shuru kare as the root of all evil is this COVID. And the COVID situation is bad, it's getting worse. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था that we are likely to reach a peak by mid to end September. And आज हमारे 44,000 cases हैं जो हो चुके हैं, जिसमें से 29,000 have been cured and sent back. But this 44,000 is likely to go up to 110,000 by the 18th, according to our doctors team that is handling this situation. I'm worried more about this case of deaths. We have had 1,178 deaths, 49 yesterday. And the possibility is that the predictions are that up to 3,000 we will go by this mid-September. Now, in a scenario like that, when we are going to peak, what my colleagues from Bihar and Jharkhand and Maharashtra and Bengal have said, we are in the same scenario. We are today in a situation where the finances of our states are completely down. I can tell you that I don't know what the today statement has come from the finance minister that the GST is going to be on schedule, but my finance minister has gone from Punjab today to meet her, and let us see what happens there. But what information we have received just now is that they have taken the opinion of the Attorney General, who says that according to sources, the Attorney General has opined that there is no obligation on the central government to pay the GST compensation shortfall to the states. And GST Council has to decide on ways to make good the shortfall in compensation fund. Now, if we are not going to get compensation and we are not going to get our GST, and as of now, the situation is this, that my own state is down. My own revenues are down in GST by 38%, VAT minus 31%, state excise just 1% positive, taxes on vehicles minus 63%, this is compared to last year, and stamps and registration minus 41%, electricity duty 25%. This year, financial year, will be ending with something like 25,000 crore deficit. I don't have money. I don't have money to run. For Corona, I've got, we have already spent nearly 500 crores. Government of India has given us 101 crores, and they say that they're going to give us 30 more. And this thing is it's growing from our cities, now it's going into the villages, and we are going to be into a serious financial crisis. How do we handle this, man? This is one thing which I have to say. And I agree with what Mamta ji says. And I think all of us should collectively go and see the Prime Minister and go and tell him what we think of what the situation is like. And after all, he's the Prime Minister of the state. He has to give us. We've given all the powers of taxation to him through the GST. If all our taxes which we used to collect are now to be collected by him, and now they're saying that they may not be able to pay it. They don't have any commitment to give it to us. Then how do our states run? So we've got this sort of scenario which is developing, which is compensation. They have paid me GST up to March. Now 2 quarters they haven't paid. So we've received 6,900 up to March, and in these last 2 quarters we are due 7,000 crores. That's not paid, and I don't know when they're going to pay it according to their commitments, which they're making. We have asked that the revenue deficit grant be allowed on the 15th Finance Commission should be allowed for the year 2021. They're giving it, but for the next 4 years as well. That they're not agreeing to. The Government of India should provide liberal finance assistance for the decrease in revenue collection for COVID-19. That they're not agreeing to. Punjab, as I said, has received about 500 crores, ma'am, and 102 crores from them. They say 30 crores more, and we have spent nearly 500 crores. And that this figure is going to go higher and higher. Ma'am, when we started off COVID in March, we had 200 tests a day. Now we are 25,000 tests a day, and by the end of this month, we'll be going to 30,000 tests a day. Now, every time, of course, that takes the figures up. But what does it mean? It means that Corona is there, and it's only showing up in the tests. And once we go to 30, it's going to go further up. But now things are bad. I've got in the primary and secondary sectors, we are under control. In the tertiary sectors, we are not under control. We have to now somehow put a block on all this that is happening and this growth that is taking place. So what I have had to do is I have to clamp down in certain areas to keep this under control. I even have today, there are people which are 499 are today under oxygen handling in the being administered oxygen in the hospitals, and 55 are on ventilators. 10 were yesterday added to this, and 85 yesterday were added to oxygen. So you see the figures, how they're growing. Every day I see these figures, and it sort of are figures that are unacceptable to me, at least. And I want to do what we can to do this, but it has to be a combined effort and on the part of the government of India to give us this resource, because resources states can't manage. Look at Maharashtra, what a big state it is. Look at Bengal, what a big state it is. And the chief ministers are giving their views. And we are a tiny little state. We are 2% of the country. We're a small little state. And we have all these problems. And these problems are continuing because, ma'am, I'm getting people coming in from overseas. I'm getting people coming in from other states which are infected. I'm getting nearly 8,000 vehicles which are moving into Punjab every day. And my figures are going up and up and up because of this. Spread is taking place. And I don't think the government of India seems to be at least interested in the least in what we are doing or what we are. I've written to the Prime Minister, I've written to the Home Minister, I've written to everyone who matters, and that is it. We have never had a reply on this issue. That's the financial situation. Our finance minister is constantly in touch with Mrs. Sitaraman, and there also we are not getting any commitments. So these are the things we have to do, ma'am. This is something that I think if we combine, do it. And as Mamta ji has suggested, another thing on education. Now, education is a problem for us, ma'am. We have in schools, what we have done is that anyone who has passed the pre-exam, for instance, we are promoting them. We are not getting them there. The reason is very simple. If in September I'm going to touch a peak, how can I get my schools to open? How can colleges function? We have written to the Prime Minister 3 times on this issue of University Grants Commission being told to hold the other college exams, to delay them or to let the students be passed. We are told no. Now, I think if, as Mamta ji has suggested, all of us states take this up combined with the Supreme Court and fight it out there. And let's try and see that the Supreme Court, which has so far given a negative opinion, may on a review petition, may listen to us. Because we are all concerned. We are not, I mean, we would like to have the exams. We would like the children to pass. But how can I bring the children to school when I'm one side running a crisis in the state because of this COVID? So I am, this is something that we cannot do. We have written to the UGC. My vice chancellors have written to the UGC. The Guru Nanak Dev University vice chancellor has been in the UGC. He knows all the people there. He's been to talk to them, but they don't agree. And then of course, Supreme Court has given this. But I'm sure if we all go combined to that, this can help. We've done that for the schools, not colleges. Then the other ones that they mentioned about these professional examinations, that I think these ones of the NEET and IT and the JEE, common law, aptitude test, etc. These can be done online. Nobody's on the professionalism. Nobody's saying that it shouldn't be online. They can be done online, and I think Government of India should agree. It's been happening in the past. It's happening now all over the world. Why can't it happen here? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about our colleges and school, our colleges exams for 2 BAs and MAs and whatever they are. That's at the university level. So this is basically what we are, ma'am. And thirdly, for me, which is a very important issue, I have 3,17,000 SC students in the state, ma'am. I'm the largest population of SC population in any state. We are 32%. No state has got 32% SCs other than us. And the Government of India used to give us a certain grant for them post-metric scholarships. Now they've told us, and post-metric scholarships, what it cost us is about 720 crores a year, which they used to give us. Now they say that you spend up to 800 crores and anything more than that we'll give you. When we don't have anything more than that, and we only want that 720 crores to come to us. If you're not going to give me for my SC students, then how do my post students go to school and study? Now, this is something which I find is a very strange thing, that you are not even willing to contribute to the SC students of my state. I don't have money. I don't have money sometimes to even think how I'm, I have to think sometimes how I'm going to pay my salaries. How am I going to pay the various compensations or the various commitments that the state has made? And then on top of that, you're trying to thrust this also on us. I would like all my children to be educated, and that 32% is 1/3 of Punjab. How can I just leave them out? And I don't think the government of India has any business to cut it out for the poor families and for the SC's families of the state. So this is another issue which I wanted to mention. And finally, ma'am, there's this new education policy they brought out. Now, they have not consulted us. I don't think they've consulted any of my colleagues also. They have just gone and thrust education policy on us without us knowing what they're planning, without us knowing what it's going to cost us, without us knowing whether it suits us or not. What suits us may not suit Assam, may not suit Kerala. We have a different, every state has its own system of these sort of education policies. So I would like that we are going to look through this. We are going to be putting up a committee to look into it. When you trusted on us, what is the impact it's going to have on our education? What's the impact it's going to have on our finances? And then only we can answer this. But this is something another, I think it'll affect the other states as well to consider this issue. And lastly, ma'am, just to give you some information, which is in fact, the paper has just arrived. Day after tomorrow, our Vidhan Sabha is starting. And we have said that everyone should, including the Chief Minister downwards, every MLA must have his COVID test done. A few were done today, and 23 of my MLAs are positive as of today. Now, these tests are going to continue tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Now, you can imagine, ma'am, if this is the state of my legislators and ministers, what is the situation in our state? So therefore, it is my request to you that I think we should collectively meet and go and see the Prime Minister and request our colleagues from other states, not from our party, like Thackeray ji and Hemant ji and also Mamata ji, to come along with us and let us force this issue and inform him that we are not asking for anything out of the moon or out of the blue. We are asking for something which we think every state must get, their states too and our states too. And so that we can at least move forward and try and get over this crisis which is has engulfed us all. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Amarendra ji, just 1 minute, Madam Sonia ji. अमरेंद्र जी, अगर वो एग्जाम के लिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट में अगर आप लोग स्टेट को मिलके रिव्यू कर सकता है तो क्या आप इसको मानेंगे?
हाँ, मैं तो आपके साथ चलूंगा. We'll go to the Supreme Court.
में इसको तो रिव्यू पिटीशन तो हम कर सकते हैं. अगर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट नहीं चाहते हैं तो ऑल वी आर प्रेजेंट हियर, एटलीस्ट वी कैन.
मैंने तो रिक्वेस्ट की है ममता जी that all of us, all 6-7 of us who are sitting here, we should unitedly go to the court.
दीदी सर, मुझे लगता है कि कोर्ट जाने से पहले एक बार पीएम के यहाँ चला जाए या प्रेसिडेंट के यहाँ चला जाए जॉइंटली, देन वी विल मूव टू सुप्रीम कोर्ट. मुझे लगता है ये स्टेप उठाना चाहिए.
प्रॉब्लम यही है एक भाई that the election exams are to be held in September तो परसों से हुआ है. I mean, if we go to ask for time with the Prime Minister, कभी 2-3 हफ्ते ना मिले तो फिर कैसे करेंगे हम? Because September the exams are due.
1 सितंबर एग्जाम है यार. प्राइम मिनिस्टर को हम लोगों ने लेटर लिखा लेकिन कोई रिस्पांस नहीं मिला. इसी के लिए स्टूडेंट लोग भी अभी खतरे में है ना. वो लाइफ क्यों रिस्क लेंगे? अगर उसको एक साथ में जैसा सिस्टम किया है उसमें तो लाइफ रिस्क हो जाएगा. कितना एमएलए हमारा अभी कोविड में अटैक है, कितना मिनिस्टर कोविड में अटैक है, इवन देश का होम मिनिस्टर कैसा है मेरे को पता नहीं है. तो इस
मैडम दीदी, आज के दिन में लगभग 70,000 पर डे पॉजिटिव पाए जा रहे हैं.
तो इसमें हम कैसे करेंगे? हम कैसे खतरा में डालेंगे? तो लेटर
हम लोग बहुत मैस हो जाएंगे मैम.
एक बात ठीक है, कल आप अगर दिल्ली में जो प्रेजेंट है और जो नहीं है, जाके एक प्राइम मिनिस्टर का साथ मीट से कर सकता है, सोनिया जी अगर इसको एडिट करे तो। लेकिन उसका बाद नहीं सुने तो हमको तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट में अपील करना है। विल बी वेटिंग, पंजाब चीफ मिनिस्टर यू टेक द लीड। हम लोग देखिए एक साथ में हम लोग अपील करेंगे, तो आप लोग
मैडम टुडे इज 26 ना, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 फर्स्ट को एग्जाम है ना।
फर्स्ट को एग्जाम है, जल्दी से जल्दी करना है। काल
तो ये
परसों
डे टू डे
नहीं होगा।
तो
ये
पिटीशन
तभी
तो
सजेस्ट ठीक है, you know, because September 1st तो आ गई हमारे पास, so why do we wait for that? Let us go to court. सुप्रीम कोर्ट चल लो, हम सब चलते हैं।
पंजाब
वो
चीफ
जो
मिनिस्टर यू टेक द लीड, आप कर लो, हम लोग सब एक साथ नहीं करेंगे, अलग अलग नहीं करके बेटर होगा। हेमंत जी, अगर उद्धव जी भी अभी नहीं है लेकिन सब पार्टी तो है, एक साथ ना 6-7 स्टेट भी हम करें ना, तो अदर स्टेट, नवीन जी भी कल हम सुना है उन्होंने कहा कि हम लोग इसको पोस्टपोन करने चाहते हैं। और भी बहुत स्टेट है जो हमारा साथ नहीं सकता है, नहीं रहने सकता है, लेकिन स्टूडेंट का इंटरेस्ट के बारे में सबको करना पड़ेगा। इसी के बारे में आज मीटिंग से तो इसका बारे में एक लीड लीजिए। दूसरी बात यह है कि कोरोना थोड़ा कमती होने का बाद एक डेपुटेशन पीएम का साथ मिलना चाहिए, प्रेसिडेंट का पास भी जाना चाहिए। और दिल्ली में जो लोग रहते हैं, सोनिया जी आप लोग तो दिल्ली में यू आर सेटल्ड देयर, तो उधर में भी एक डेलीगेशन हम पार्टी से रिप्रेजेंटेटिव भेज देंगे प्राइम मिनिस्टर और प्रेसिडेंट को पास, जो स्टेट का बारे में जो बोलना है इसको बारे में जल्दी से जल्दी करना है। हमारा बोलता है नहीं देगा, अरे नहीं देगा तो हमारा टाका रुपया लेके चला जाता है और बोलता है नहीं देगा, नहीं देगा तो स्टेट चलेगा कैसे?
नहीं, सही बात। अभी मैडम जो एग्जाम का डेट इन लोगों ने डिक्लेयर किया है उसमें कोई एसओपी भी तो नहीं बताया है कि कैसे होगा नहीं होगा। उसका भी तो बहुत
हेमंत जी, वो काल एक लेटर दे दिया, काल एक लेटर देके बोला है कि देखो आपका सारा देश भर यही जगह सेंटर होगा, वो सेंटर में इतना इतना 50 लाख इतना करीब स्टूडेंट एग्जाम में बैठेंगे। कैसे बैठेंगे? नो सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग, नो फिजिकली डिस्टेंसिंग, उसका लाइफ सिक्योरिटी है, उसका लाइफ का सिक्योरिटी बर्बाद हो जाएगा। अगर वो करियर के लिए जा रहा है तो उसको सिक्योरिटी भी मेरा हम लोगों को देखना कर्तव्य है। कैसे हम स्टूडेंट लोगों को जिंदगी खतरा में डाल सकते हैं?
नहीं, बिल्कुल मैडम, ये सिर्फ स्टूडेंट ही नहीं है, बहुत कुछ खुल जाएगा, फिर तो सारी चीज ओपन हो जाएंगी।
अशोक जी
आदरणीय परम श्रद्धेय सोनिया जी, तमाम मेरे मुख्यमंत्री साथीगण,
बघेल सर प्रणाम, गहलोत सर प्रणाम।
प्रणाम प्रणाम। अच्छा लगा।
कैसे हैं?
ठीक है मैडम ने अच्छा किया, प्रयास किया एक साथ में और हम लोग सब आपस में बातचीत करने लायक बन सके। मैं इस मौके पर मैडम मेरे साथियों भी कहना चाहूंगा, सब लोग एक सी स्थिति गुजर रहे हैं और जब डेमोक्रेसी की बात करते हैं, अगर डेमोक्रेसी मजबूत दिखती है तब तो ये सब बातें करने का उस जगह लाभ मिलने की उम्मीद होती है। भाई सरकार की क्या उम्मीद करें, क्योंकि जब से सरकार बनी है 14 में, तब से ही जो रवैया सरकार का है वो इस प्रकार का बन गया है कि कोई लोगों में घुटन महसूस हो रही है कि कहें तो किसको कहें।